They're freaking out. You became dangerous quick. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, they're freaking out. You became dangerous quick. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, I'm something serious now. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say I'm something serious now. Now, for those who have been watching me, y'all should know right about now, I love my martial arts, all right? I love my Bruce Lee movies. I love my Michael J. White movies. I like Steven Seagal, Rob Van Dam, Chuck Norris, Jackie Chan, my Karate Kids. Y'all know I just love martial arts, period, all right? However, y'all, one thing those movies have in common is the young kid, young man, or the young woman who started off as being weak, didn't know how to protect themselves, didn't know how to utilize martial arts. They were weak compared to the other people, and they were trying to, figure out how to build themselves up so they can become something serious, right? Well, they go through this process, and the process is just basically them doing push-ups, doing kicks, doing punches, learning the art, learning the basics. Before they even get to the punches, the kicks, the sweeps, and all that, they really just start learning discipline, right? They start learning discipline. But as time progresses, once they get to the punches, the kicks, and the whole, art form, they get to a point of being dangerous. There's something serious now. So when you think about Karate Kid, he was a weak kid, but then he turned into a kid who was something serious. When you think about Never Back Down, he was a weak kid, but then when he started getting trained by Michael J. White, he turned into something serious. You follow what I'm saying? And it happened quick. This is the same thing with yourself. Maybe you were weak education-wise. You got your mind strong. You became something serious. Maybe you were weak to family members. You became emotionally strong. You became something serious. Maybe you were physically weak. You hit the gym. You became something serious. And the list goes on, but what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is that in their minds, in their timeline of you didn't match up to who you were then to where you are now. And they think that you've become dangerous quickly. Does that make sense? Somebody probably is shocked right now because they see your progression. Somebody is probably shocked right now because they don't believe you actually went through the process. They were not stunned you at the time, and now all of a sudden you just here. Just wow, amazing, strong, smart, own crib, own car, self-reliant. You get what I'm saying? And so, fam, it's freaking them out. You became dangerous quick. Now, we're going to speak about this, y'all, within this video. For those who may not feel like they're dangerous right now, listen, y'all, this video is going to tell you how to become dangerous. For those who are already dangerous, this is just going to be confirmation to things you already know. You feel what I'm saying? But, fam, y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. What y'all got going on, fam? How y'all doing today? What y'all ate today? I'm all in your business as always, all right? Now, we are coming in on the Reno Speech Life channel, all right? First post of the day. And for those who have watched me already, y'all know I got to say it for my foodies over here, y'all. They fam over here too, fam, all right? But anyway, y'all, for me, today was great. I went to Muay Thai, had a blessed day, had a good day, all right? As far as food, I had some homemade pizza again, y'all. I done ate pizza for the past 3 days, all right? And it was intentional. I was trying to save money this week because I ain't going to lie. Knowing me, y'all, I have some food from Sarku. I get some Outback. I do Chili's. I get food from here. I get some pizza from Domino's. We got to keep the finances here, okay? You got to practice what you preach. So I bought like 4 crusts, and I just been eating pizza and wings homemade, saving a lot of money, but it's been actually really good, right? Homemade supreme, ground sausage, ground beef, bell peppers, onions, pizza sauce, low moisture, mozzarella, mushrooms. Yeah, it was banging, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. And I had some buffalo sauce at the crib, so I did my own buffalo wings, all right? Homemade buffalo wings. But anyway, y'all, that's what's going on with me. That's what I had to eat. Y'all drop in the comments. Let me know what y'all ate, how y'all been doing, what's going on with y'all, all right? But let's get directly into this, y'all. Number one, okay? Again, if you are dangerous, this is confirmation to what you already know. If you don't feel like you're there yet, take note because I'm about to show you how to become dangerous quickly, all right? Number one, isolation builds you, okay? That's number one. Isolation builds you. So this is the man who needs an audience versus the man who doesn't need an audience. This is the man who needs an audience versus the man who doesn't need an audience. What are you saying right now, Reno? So you got two types of comedians, two types of rappers, two types of performers. One who needs an audience to hooray, good job, ooh, ah. And then you got one who like, hey, I'm going to be funny, whether it's 1,000 people in the stands or if it's one person in the stands. I'm gonna perform my song, whether it's 1,000 people in the stands or if it's one person in the stands. Yeah, I'm going to perform at my highest ability, whether it's 1,000 people in the stands or if it's one person in the stands. Y'all get what I'm saying? See, the person who can do both is the person who allows isolation to build them, okay? Some people crumble under pressure when they are by themselves. Some people build under pressure when they are by themselves. Which one are you? Drop in the comments and let me know. When you are isolated and you feel stronger, you feel more powerful, you get more creative, you start thinking more, and you actually take that time as the time to develop yourself, develop your skills, develop your gifts. Oh man, you a bad boy. You a bad girl. I need y'all to understand something. Isolation builds you. You have to allow it to build you. And this is going to cause you to look like you became dangerous quickly. And that's going to result in them freaking out. Does that make sense, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number two is going to be this right here, fam. You weaponize yourself, all right? You weaponize yourself. Family, this is not a bad thing. You must weaponize yourself. Point blank, period. I know somebody like, hey, Reno, I got the 223, bro. Hey, bro, I got the Glock, bro. Yeah, you know, I got the switch on me. I got the glizzy. Hey, bro, you know, I'm strapped, Reno. I got you. I understand it, right? And actually, you should be armed in this wicked world we live in or live in. However, y'all, what I'm trying to get you to understand is it's other ways to weaponize yourself as well, especially as a man. But ladies, y'all are not off the hook. Y'all need to weaponize yourself too. Now, I'm about to give y'all the 4 M's on how to weaponize yourself. Number one, mind. Your mind needs to turn into a weapon, okay? You need to develop your mind. You need to increase and incline your mind. You need to elevate your mind. You need to clean your mind. All right. Your mind cannot be wasted. This is how you're going to weaponize yourself. All right. Your mind is going to think you through problems, think you through situations, create money for you, build institutions for you. Your mind will create systems for you. You need your mind. That is going to be a way of how you weaponize yourself. That's the first M, mind. The second M, money. Money, money, money. Now, family, it was a time where I did not like talking about money on my channel because I felt like it didn't get views. I felt like, you know, the audience that I talked about or talked to was like, we don't care about that money stuff. But family, as I read the Bible more, God is also about money too. He's about resources. In that case, why would David be a wealthy king? Why would Job be a wealthy servant? Why would Solomon be wealthy? Like, why would it say that you have not because you ask not? You know, why would it say that your gift would make room for you? Like, you have all these different quotes in the Bible and scriptures in the Bible that lets you know that money is okay. God is abundance. But when you come from a poverty mindset, or when you equivocate religion and spirituality against money, when you put spirituality and religion against money, then you will never have it. So I'm telling you, a way to weaponize yourself is by accumulating money. You have to. All right. I'm not saying you got to be, what's his name, y'all? Elon Musk rich, but you want to start by being rich in the mind and also learning and being okay with accumulating money, learning how to make money, learning about money, how to sustain money. What does money do? Is money a currency? How to generate money? Where do I put the money when I get it? Y'all get what I'm saying? This is a way to weaponize yourself, because the people who are being beat are the ones who don't have money. The people who are struggling are the ones who don't have money. The people who do not like talking about money are the ones who run money away from them. So going back to what I was saying about the money, I used to think that, I got to stop talking about money. No, I'm actually doing my people a disservice if I don't talk to y'all about money. We got to have these conversations. My people perish for a lack of knowledge, and that knowledge entails money. Okay? But anyway, y'all, that's the second M, money. Learn about it. Become, interested about it, intrigued about it. Immerse yourself into it so you can learn how to accumulate it and multiply it. All right. The third M is going to be this right here, fam. Management. Management. You have to manage not only your money, but yourself. You have to manage your resources. You have to manage your family. You got to manage your emotions. You have to manage your mind. You got to manage everything. Listen, in order to be a good steward, you have to understand management. Okay? To be a great preacher, you got to understand management. You got to manage your time. Management. All right? That's how you're going to be able to weaponize yourself. The last M, y'all, number 4, is martial arts. Martial arts. I'm telling y'all, you want to learn some form of martial arts, preferably boxing, wrestling, and Muay Thai, all right? However, y'all, especially as a man, ladies, y'all not off the hook, but especially as a man, when you learn martial arts, you can weaponize yourself because you never know what situation you are going to be in. I was just watching a Bible movie today, the animation version. It was the book of Joshua, all right? Hey, them boys went to war. And the Bible says it's a time for peace, but it's also a time for war. Yeah, and so you want to weaponize yourself by learning martial arts, all right? And that's why I train it to this day. I train Muay Thai as well as boxing and jiu-jitsu, so it's kind of like MMA, right? But I'm not doing this to be a bully. I'm doing this to weaponize myself. You get what I'm saying? And so these are the 4 M's: mind, money, management, martial arts. Number 3, it's going to be this right here, fam. You became a resourceful visionary, all right? You became a resourceful visionary. So I'm going to say it like this, y'all. People ain't going to like this, but I got to say it. God never gave Adam a table, a chair, or a dresser, right? Where in the Bible does it says, Adam, I appoint to you this chair. I appoint to you this magnificent table. I appoint to you this dresser. No, he gave Adam a tree. I'm going to put you out here in this garden. I'm going to put you out here in this world. You're going to have to be a resourceful visionary. Let's talk about resourceful. This is the person who's in the house full of food. Ain't nothing to eat in here. Okay, do you got some hamburger meat? Okay, do you got some spaghetti noodles, some fettuccine, or the thin spaghetti? Do you got some spaghetti sauce? All right, you got spaghetti. That's food. Be resourceful. Then the visionary sees it. You got to be able to look in your fridge, in your pantry, where the snacks are, where the drinks at, and see that you can make a meal. You got to become a resourceful visionary. So again, God never gave Adam a table, chair, or dresser. He gave him a tree. Make your own. Does that make sense? Drop in the comments and let me know. This makes you dangerous quick when you become a resourceful visionary. Even in the Bible, it says something about, and I'm paraphrasing y'all, use every breadcrumb, waste none. I'm paraphrasing y'all. I didn't write this down, okay? But I know that this is something that it says in the Bible, all right? For a fact. Waste none. Use every breadcrumb, waste none. You have to be a resourceful visionary, all right? Number 4, it's going to be this right here, fam. You're focused. You're focused. One of the most powerful and dangerous things you can do is focus. See, the reason why focus is so powerful is because nobody pays attention to one thing for too long. They don't. Nobody pays attention to one thing for too long. They don't. People have the attention span of a fish. Just, ooh, money, ooh, food, ooh, social media, ooh, girl, ooh, guy. Everything is just so captivating to people to where it throws them off focus like this. But family, think of it like this. When you are saving money up for something, and if you've ever saved up that exact dollar amount, number one, that's a sign of focus. But don't that make you feel like you can conquer anything? Yeah, it's a confidence builder. It's a confidence builder. Let's just say you have to save up $10,000. When you get to that $10,000, you're like, yo, I can do something else. I can save up $10,000 again. I can get myself $20,000. All right. That in itself is dangerous because you are able to focus. This makes people freak out. When you purchase that thing that you saved up for, it got people freaking out. When you start accumulating the thing that you saved up for, it got people freaking out. And that in itself makes you look dangerous or look like you became dangerous very quick because you were able to focus on something, hone in on something. Does that make sense, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. The last thing is going to be this right here, y'all. Number five, the art of releasing. The art of releasing. Forgiveness is everything, y'all. Forgiveness leads to you letting go. It leads to you healing. It leads to you growing. Okay? So think about it like this. If you eat a lot of heavy food, what does that do? It gives you the itis. Now you're sleepy. Now you're laying down. Now you don't want to do nothing because you haven't released yet. But when you eat light digestible food, don't you feel like you're light on your toes? Don't it feel like you can, bench press 1,000 pounds? Why? Because you're not carrying a heavy load. When you're carrying what your daddy did, when you're carrying what your coworker did, when you're carrying, trauma and drama and pain, and y'all know where I'm going with this. When you carrying all that, it slows you down. It holds you down. You're not going to be looked at as dangerous. But when you're moving light on your feet, that's the art of releasing. And people instantly see a change in you, in your aura, in the way you smile, in the way you walk, in the way you talk, in how you handle other individuals. And it makes you look like you became dangerous quick because of the art of releasing, all right? It's almost like a martial art. But with that being said, fam, we're going to do a recap and then we'll conclude this video. Number 1, isolation builds you, okay? Number 2, you weaponize yourself. Number 3, you became a resourceful visionary. Number 4, your focus. And number 5, y'all, the art of releasing, okay? With that being said, fam, y'all be sure to get you a Yes Sir t-shirt, Yes Sir hoodie, book a one-on-one session with your boy. You can check out any one of my books. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.